Hi, and welcome to a reading for Aquarius. I hope you're all doing wonderful. Dear beautiful Aquarius, you're going through it at the moment. You're taking a time out from three different things that have been said to you that have really sort of affected your heart here. You're taking that time out to get your thoughts together, your mind together, and rest your weary body. You've had to really jump off the cliff when it comes to making choices recently, as in you really do feel like you've had no other choice but to go into the unknown. Things were supposed to turn out a certain way, I hear you say to yourself, and it didn't necessarily turn out the way you wanted, but that's okay. And I think you're coming to that decision in this time of downtime. Now, it's okay to say no to things of this world at the moment, to take rest, solace, and time out. Time in meditation is going to be really helpful. But you could be going over things that have happened right back to your childhood and starting to see a generational pattern emerging. And so you're the one that's alive and active in this 3D matrix world that we reside in. So now is your time to make your mark on the world. And I think you're asking yourself, what exactly is that? And it's absolutely okay to be 100% you and think completely outside the box, because everything's shifting and changing so rapidly. And we need your out-of-the-box thinking, beautiful Aquarius, to see us into this next stage of humanness. Interesting, I say humanness. So I think you're really starting to ask yourself, what is it to be a human these days? What is it to be the person that you are, living where you are, under the societal norms of where you are, and deciding that certain rules, regulations, and the way things have been, it doesn't necessarily suit you. People might have opinions on how you've been living your life, but we are all part of the whole, and you're coming to that conclusion. Linear time too doesn't seem to be affecting you the same as it does other people. You're in a different space and time. A bit Doctor Who-ish. I think you can sort of feel like you can pop yourself back to different times, different spaces, and actually really feel and be and sense that time and space at the moment. So that could be literally freaking you out a little bit, but there's no such thing as time, they say. It's a man-made construct. But you want to figure out the key to this existence, and you're not afraid at all to shapeshift. What is the key to my heart, I hear you saying? Is it outside of me? Is it inside of me? Can I truly feel love in the way I wish to receive love? And the answer to that is yes, absolutely. These emotions and things could have been happening since October for you. But you're finding the more you ground your energy into this earth plane, the easier it is for you to handle things during your day. So the less in your mind you are, the more in your body. It's going to be hugely beneficial. All changes that occur are important for your growth. Grounding. Ground your energy into this earth plane and realize in this earth plane things take time. But see, what I started off saying there was, is time being linear for you, or is time something that you feel that you can shift and change and go back to certain times, or even project your energy into the future and see outcomes before they happen? Lots of synchronicities happening for you. Lots of deja vu moments. The movie Back to the Future or Doctor Who or something like that, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, all these things are probably very much in your mind at the moment. You might be wanting to watch those old movies to get a bit of reminiscence of the time that the person you were when they first came out and how you received them and how you receive them now, and to reconnect with the person you used to be and bring it into the present moment. Because whatever you're thinking, you're manifesting. So you can bring back the joy of the past and project it into the future. That time is now for you. Remember, I hear, remember. Remember the good and leave the bad, as in the bad energies. Learn from them, but leave them in the past. Because there's been a lot happen recently and over your life, the last 8 months particularly. There's been a lot of stuff come up for you. You could have had to say goodbye to certain people and you've said hello to other people. Because you're grasping on to choices. Do I go this way or do I go that way? I sure don't want to end up in this again. But if we don't go out and experience life, to love and potentially lose, what's worse, to have never loved, to never experience the love? The fear of loving in the fear of losing means you miss out on the whole existence of being a human. And you have so much to give to the world, tangible substance to give to the world, even if it's your lesson, your story. Writing a book about your story comes to mind very much for you, beautiful Aquarius. Write it down for the future generations, I hear your guides saying. Give it to your children or give it to younger people. Even a children's book would really help. But to recall those times when those old movies came out, if you're of that age, back into the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, if you're alive then. And remember the person you were then. And remember that we can't stay the same. Imagine if we all stayed the same as we were in the 80s. How we thought, how we acted. I suppose I can hear you say, wouldn't that be awesome? Maybe you really want to relive those times. People are starting to dress like the 80s again, so maybe that's sort of reminding you. You might see younger people dressing like you used to. And just remembering. If you're from my generation, the good old X's, we seem to not... We think we're a lot younger than we are. We're very much a shape-shifting into various stages of our lives, but we keep our youthfulness with us. But it's a matter of not pulling on those times and saying, oh, the good old days. The good old days can be right here, right now. This can be the good old days. You know, that's the good old days and this is also good. So what can you find in your day-to-day that will be something you can remember in the future, saying, this is the good old days. Do things you've always wanted to do that you've told yourself you'll do in the future. Now's the time. Now's the time. You're still young and strong enough, wise enough, capable enough. Go do those things. Go live your best life, I hear. Your ancestors are telling you to go live your best life. Do it for us, they say. Do it for us. Don't be in pursuit of constant just getting the funds. The daily grind of just getting the funds, and in that keeping stagnant in what you do. What can you do today to shift up the energy? I also hear go out and look up at the sky at night. Remember doing that. Your guides are saying, remember doing that when you were younger. I think you'll get a big shock actually, because there's so many satellites up there now. Thanks to Elon and whoever else is sending up satellites, all and sundry. That I remember when we were kids, we used to look up and wish on a falling star and envision the best case scenario. Go outside and look up at the stars and just see the amount of satellites and things that are up there, but also have a good look at the stars. And I hear if you had a star when you were younger, the one you looked up into the sky and had a look at, that one that was your star, remember it, hook back in with it. It will really make you feel very connected to this earth and this time by doing so. Beautiful. If you're in a place that has a dark sky where you can see all the stars, even better. But even in the cities, you can still see 1 or 2 stars. It's always good to look up every so often, because as humans, we tend to just plod along and get the jobs done on the daily. But we don't really hook into the whimsy of life, because we're always just trying to pay the bills. Bring some of that adolescent whimsy back into your existence. Beautiful. Balance the masculine and feminine sides of yourself too at this time. Going out and striving, just hit my throat, going out and striving to get the bills paid and do the thing and do all the rules and regulations and be a good citizen and all that. Yes, it's good to do that. And yes, we all need to in this world at some stage. But also hook back in with that joyous side, the receptive side, the one that's got wonder and, yeah, masculine and feminine. Healing comes when we balance the masculine and feminine sides of ourselves. And don't so much look for healing outside of yourself. Yes, a good relationship with someone can bring a lot of healing into your life, but it's not going to be the thing that will fix you. And I think you're starting to realize this. By balancing your masculine and feminine sides out, there's a huge healing inside your own energies. And when you come at a relationship from a more healed place, you will manifest someone who's also done the work and come with their healedness as well. And the two of you can create something amazing. So if you're searching frantically outside yourself for someone that's going to be your other half or make you feel better, heal you, all the rest of it, it's time to look within and balance that sides out of yourself. Beautiful. Could be dealing with a Leo if you are. But also having pride in yourself. That pride that comes from balancing yourself out with the lion. And taking flight. Having that lightheartedness after what could be decades of this. Because when we sit in this energy, we can get very stuck and very addicted to this feeling. And when we're addicted to that feeling, that we expect the other half to come and heal these wounds, and then we end up with just another wound because we came into the relationship unhealed. It's time to pull the swords out of your own heart, beautiful Aquarius, and stop on the daily going over all the things that have hurt you. Because if you stay in that kind of past, that's exactly what you're going to manifest into your future. Your ancestors are saying enough's enough. It's time to realise that you're here now, that you are the one that makes the decisions from where you are right now. And they want you to live your best life. Because I'm hearing they say not all of them got a chance to live their best life. They were stuck in systems, ways, societal ways that didn't give them the freedom that you have now. But in that freedom you have now is there's many, many choices. Which way to go? When you create from something that is so burdensome, you end up in a very defensive state, feeling bound and shackled to having to get the money in, to do the job, to be a certain way, can end up breaking your own heart on the daily. So maybe watch those old movies or whatever movies that really brought you a lot of joy. Because thoughts aren't things. Thoughts are something that you have the power over. You can see in this card here, this individual has a chance to just slowly realise that they aren't as blinded or tied up as they actually feel they are. They could be terrified of looking back in the past, stepping that step backwards. But by taking that step backwards, she may actually be able to free herself, to be able to move forwards. So don't go over and over and over and over again in your mind, beautiful Aquarius, all the things that have gone wrong, all the things that you've stacked up. Well, this happens and that happens and this is the way it is. Because it's now time to choose a different thought. Just going to have a look at any blocks that might be affecting you. My business is prosperous. I rejoice in other people's successes because I know there is plenty for everyone. There's plenty for everyone, for everybody, for all of us. You haven't missed out. It's not too late. You don't have to be stuck. It's now your choice to decide which way to go. Remember the joy for life. I hear your ancestors saying, remember. Don't seek love outside yourself. Love on yourself. All of your journey, all of the things. And know that in the right time, and what is time, back to the beginning, you can bring the joy of the past into the present, or you can bring the issues of the past into the present. It's your choice. So today, decide to pull the swords out of your own heart, beautiful Aquarius, and move into this future, looking forward to taking that great leap. I really hope that helped. I love you all, and bye for now.